Hey everybody, hey, how you doing? Yay! Cool. Hey, hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? My name is Matt. I am coming at you again with a another ramble, as I like to call them. I am currently very high, which leads me into my topic of the day is weed. I want to talk about just weed. Oh my God, man! Tell you what, you guys, I fucking love weed. I really do. I can't say enough about it. You know what I mean? When I originally started, I had my buddy Simba. You guys have met him before, or heard his voice at least. He's the one that got me to smoke. You know what I mean? And he told me, because I used to get headaches all the time, really, really bad headaches. And he told me that if I smoked, if my headaches would go away. And I've done a lot of research, and there's really nothing in marijuana that can make your headaches go away. But I didn't know this at the time, so I believed him. And when I smoked it, my migraine went away. And I think it was just because I believed it. You know, like what is that called? The cerebral effect. You know, when you believe something's gonna happen. It's like when a young girl believes she's pregnant so hard that her body actually starts going through the motions of being pregnant, like morning sickness and cravings and this and that. And so I feel like that's what it was, you know, like I believed it was going to work, so I did it and it worked. And I started smoking almost every day, literally. As soon as I started, I don't think I stopped. And I've been smoking now for a few years, and I love it. I mean, I just love it. I've had so many fun times. I've made a lot more friends since I started smoking it, and you know, and over time, you know, it's like when I was 17 years old, I sat on my girlfriend's front porch, who is currently now my ex-wife. When I was 17, I sat on her front porch and I cried because I found, you know, my mom's marijuana box. Whoop-de-doo. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's the end of the fucking world, you know? And, but at the time it was, you know, because I thought it was terrible stuff. I was like, my mom's killing herself, you know, and then, you know, but then over the years, you know, I went into the military for a little while, and of course there's no drug use in the military, and I never went away from that. Although I did start smoking cigarettes while I was in the Navy. And that was just from all the stress of being away from my family and not being there when my kids were being born and this and that. But excuse me. I have totally lost my train of thought. Okay. So, and then when I got out of the military, I went and worked at this place called Blue Beacon Truck Wash, and that was a good time. That was a really good time. Not really. I hated it with my whole heart. I didn't like my manager. I didn't like the job. The job was really stupid and tedious and repetitive. It's like every single truck, you know, they come in, you soap it, you wash it, you soap it, you wash it, you soap it, you wash it, you clean it, you brush it, you know, and it's just every truck was the same procedure, and it just got really boring over time. And, you know, I worked midnights, so, you know, not getting the proper amount of sleep, because I don't care who you are. If you work midnights, you do not get enough sleep, because it's, for some reason, it's just hell. But because I still work midnights now. But while I was there, I met somebody, and his name was Bump. Everybody called him Bump. His name was Bumpus. That was his last name, was Bumpus. He introduced me to this man named Billy, because I told him that my wife was a singer and this and that. And Billy knew everybody in the music scene in Bowling Green, you know. Well, he ended up liking me and Kristen so much that he brought us into the band. And that was the first time that we'd ever really been truly around weed, a lot. We would have practice twice a week, and, you know, and then, you know, every once in a while they would pass it to me, and I might take a hit or two, you know. Never really got truly high though, And then it wasn't until a couple years later when we let Simba and Ripley move in, and they that's when Simba had offered it to me and I took it. And since then it's something that sticks with me. I don't believe I'll ever not smoke it. I think that I'll always smoke it. My kids might even smoke it one day. I don't know. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it though. That's what I'm getting to here is over the years I've learned that there's nothing wrong with it. And honestly, it has more healing properties than anything. So I started doing research and you find things out. The government is only keeping it illegal. I mean, for the most part, it is becoming illegal in some states. I think that they're testing the waters to see what's going to happen and then use the few minor infractions people do with them and use those as examples and then illegalize it. So I don't know what's going on with that right now, but the government doesn't want us having it because it's medicine that we can take. I used to be a very, 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 very depressed person, like suicidal depressed. All the time I was consistently thinking about killing myself. Like I was cutting myself. That's why I got out of the military. It's because I tried to kill myself multiple times. And when they finally found me, I had thousands and thousands and thousands of cuts on my arms and legs and other parts of my body, and very depressed person. And I still have all those scars. I still see those scars every day. And it's hard, but there's certain properties of marijuana that will help you with depression, and so I started getting into that, and then realizing how good it can help you. And you think of all these medicines that the medical companies have come up with, like Xanax and what have you when it comes to depression, which I've taken a plethora of depression pills. And they do absolutely nothing but make my depression worse. Like, I've never wanted to kill myself worse than when I was on depression pills. And so I decided that, the government doesn't want us to have it because we can make it ourselves. It's just like with shrooms. When somebody takes even just one dose, like 1 3.5 gram dose of shrooms, you are almost guaranteed to feel better about yourself, and your depression, it won't go away completely. You know what I mean? Some people it does, some people it doesn't. It depends on how bad your depression really is, but you're guaranteed at least a few months, of an ease of mind. You know what I mean? But the government doesn't want us to have this stuff because there's too many medical properties in it, and we can then make our own medicine. I don't take ibuprofen. I don't take Motrin. I don't take Tylenol. I don't take Vicodins or oxycodines or anything like that. I don't need to. You know what I mean? Because I got things in my life that can to help me get through that anyways. So anybody who's listening to this, and if you've made it this far, I'm literally just rambling, and I'm sure you know that I say that all the time. But if you have a problem with marijuana, you have to understand the only reason it's illegal is because the government doesn't want us having it because we can make it ourselves. It's the only reason it's illegal, and it doesn't harm you as much. You know what I mean? You think of like cigarettes, gonna kill you. Beer, gonna kill you. Liquor, gonna kill you. Weed, nah. You ain't gonna die from smoking weed. You're probably guaranteed to live longer. And honestly, so people, so just understand that there's nothing wrong with it. It's going to do more good than there is going to do harm. And it is amazing. It is so much fun. I have a firm belief that if everybody in the world smoked weed at the exact same time, we'd have world peace for, 3 hours. You know what I mean? It's interesting. It's interesting what, how can we make a plant illegal? You know what I mean? Like, how is that even possible? How are you going to illegalize a plant, that God put on this planet? You know, um, it just doesn't make sense, especially when you got tribes all over the world that use these for healing purposes, and shamans that, that will, take you away in the middle of the forest and have you drink ayahuasca for a week, and you go on these crazy, crazy psychedelic trips. It's and you come back to America and it's illegal, and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. But at the end of the day, you still got to follow the rules. If you can't smoke at work, don't smoke at work. However, I can smoke at work. I mean, I can't smoke at work, but I can go to work high. You know what I mean? And it's you got to follow the rules. I've lost a job. I've lost jobs because of weed, and you got to learn to respect it. If you can't respect it, then you're abusing it. And there's a very thin line there. It's very dangerous. But I just want the people who don't agree with weed, all you have to do is tell them, like, look, there's things in my life that I need to take care of, and this helps me do that. You're not a drug addict. You're not a terrible person. You're just somebody trying to find yourself. And I think that's what I've been doing for a while now. I've been doing a lot of soul searching. I've been, thinking, who am I really? I actually, I wrote a song. Give me just a second. I wrote a song. It was after a bad trip. Yeah, I suggest that if you're tripping right now, I would not listen to this recording, just because you don't know. You know what I mean? This could send you into a bad trip, and I don't want you to do that. So, but anyways, so I was having a bad trip, and I actually forgot my name, and these were the lyrics. And at this point, I'm contemplating life, trying to piece together my mind. I'm lost. My name is gone, and into the air my heart drifts off. I'm losing touch with reality. Death is sinking in. My name. What is my name? Your name is get off your stupid ass, imbecile. Everything is vibrating. I'm crying. I look up. It's just me standing in the mirror. I can't believe I'm only on 3 and I'm like this. I'm shaking. The tremble moves throughout my existence. It seems, however, that I've mistakenly misplaced my name. And if you find it, then please return it to sender. But wait, where am I? Oh, I'm still in this fucking mirror. I can feel my eyes judging me. Now I'm on the floor with my head in my arms. I give in to it a little in hopes of the glimmer of peace. But to no avail, I dredge on, trying to remember my name. My head moves side to side as the vivid images my eyes perceive is altering itself. It's not me anymore. The tears build up. The pressure gets too overbearing. I'm about to lose the last touch of reality. I'm fading fast. My heart, it hurts. And at the peak, I feel my body giving out. I'm dying at an insane rate. I pace my breathing, trying to numb the pain. It's horrific. I'm about to break. I'm gone. It's not me anymore. I'm back. My name is Matt. And I think there's people out there that are trying to find themselves. And I think that there are certain gateways where you can do that with. When it comes to weed or marijuana, you know what I mean? Acid. That was an acid trip that I went on. Very bad one. Very bad acid trip. And I've actually recorded the video while I was tripping. So I'm thinking I'm going to put that on this channel just so you guys can see it, because it's epic. It's really hard to watch. I was crying when I was watching it. But I just want you guys to know that I love you guys. And if you're trying to find yourself, then go out and find yourself. The best thing to do in life is to be happy. Because if you're not happy, then what's the point? My mom always says, next time you're feeling sad, just smile. You'll feel 10 times better. All right, guys, I love you. It's been a great time. I hope that you guys can have a wonderful day. Go out there, get high, trip, do what you got to do. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next pod.